What's up, guys? It's the Guns of Glory, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of new SMITE and the new update that came out. Uh, from what I know, this is a pretty game-changing update because now mages can only buy magical items, and physicals can only buy physical items. I don't know the situation with the hybrids like Freya, but for the most part, I know that it's stuck to mage for mage and physical for physical. And I'm pretty excited about that because then people actually have to focus on their class and their lore and what their class is really about. So now you won't have to worry about seeing like a critical damage mirror running up on you, freezing you, and knocking like 600 of your health away with one hit, which was pretty crazy. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm gonna be playing as Arachne today, jungle. I'm not gonna be laning, and I'm I want to see how this will go. The map looks really nice. The whole effect, they're circling on like the arena looking effect of things more than the previous sort of like tropical jungle forest looking. I don't know what they were. Well, I mean, it was nice, but this is just really doing it here with the way they set this up. This game I'm going to be going, I told you I'm playing as Arachne and in the jungle, but I should also tell you guys that I'm going for mainly in a critical damage maybe, or an attack speed mainly for, you know, the maximum amount of damage. Just look at this map though, it looks really nice and things are good. And a lot of people were saying like, you know, FPS dropping to like 1,000,000 below. It may be sort of low for me right now. That's just because I'm playing on the highest graphics and I'm recording. But you know, overall, usually when I play and I'm not recording, the map looks just beautiful at all times, and making it look like this is just 10 times better. So I like that. And they made it sort of this like these little Greek-looking statue things behind all of the buffs, telling like what they do, what they are. I mean, of course, you should already know in the first place by looking at the map, but it's just telling you now. After I take this out, I'm actually going to adjust my settings and turn down the sound just a little bit so you guys aren't hearing any of this in the background of my gameplay. Main volume. Alright, there we go. Just going to knock it down to there. But yeah, if you guys don't know basically what jungling is just leveling up your character without being in a lane. And it has a lot of advantages and disadvantages, but when you're playing with a god like this, I think it's best to jungle. The enemies never know where you really are, so you always have that opportunity. If they forget or they're too far up, you can gank them and get a kill. One person in lane won't have to struggle with like having a an assassin that they have to assist in lane. And you're free to support all the lanes. You have really no commitment to one lane, but you only have a commitment to jungle. So you're free to go around the map. If somebody needs help, you go help them. Things like that. Usually jungle characters are the people who do the most damage in the match, and the ones you should actually be most afraid of. If you have any type of character that is capable of jungling in the match, you should always be careful, because they will attack you and you will die really fast. So I'm gonna go in and see if I can do a little bit of a gank here. There you go. Did what I did. Got him a little shooken up, and now I'm out. Just like that. And that's basically how I'm going to be playing it throughout the game. Once I see a buff come back up, I'll move, and I'll take the buff out, and I'll just keep going like that repeatedly. Now, see, like I said before, you can go in, take a guy out, just like I am now. And just like that, he's dead. Now that my deed's done, I'm out. Just like that. So having a jungler is always an effective means of keeping your towers up, I guess you could say. Just telling right to retreat. If you're playing as a jungler, a good thing is to set up when you want to gank. If you see that your teammate has some free space to wiggle around, you can tell them, like, you know, hey, I want you to retreat, so go ahead and pull back so I can gank. I can't really get the gank. Anubis wants me to, and I understand that, but I can't really get it in right now because, well, simply the fact that there's so much going on. I might be dead here. I don't know. Anubis tells me to gank, and he doesn't even come in for the assist, which is sort of a flawed method to gank with. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of confused to why he didn't go in when he asked me to gank. That's usually how ganks work, but I guess he just didn't want to follow how that was gonna go down. Yeah, he apologizes, so he knows what he did. So no problem there. Just a little bad communication. But either way, I've made the goal that I need to get to upgrade to my full Warrior Tabby. That's really going to help with my movement speed and my damage when traveling around the map. So, just going to go back to jungling now that I see these buffs have returned. And I'm going to say that we're missing on the right lane. Which we are. Just keeping everybody informed. We got left lane over there doing some big damage to what I believe is Freya, but Tyr got taken out. Just gonna go ahead and grab the lifesteal here to just top off my health. The thing about playing as Arachne is, when you jungle, honestly, it's really, really hard to lose health if you have Bumba's Mask, most definitely. Because, first off, she has this, the spiders, they do a lot of damage, plus her and her poison attack. And then she has this vampire move where if you begin losing any health at all, I told the Chang'e to grab the mana, but I guess the Tyr is gonna grab it. Either way, you know, still helping the team out. I know that Tyr has a low mana supply, topping off at like what 500 or 400 on level 4 or something like that. So Anubis is asking for a gank again. So after I finish grabbing this buff, I'm gonna make my way over there. Anubis is asking for help. Told him to retreat, so now I'm coming in for the gank. It's going to be a really big problem here if he doesn't go in, because that Anubis is just a pretty, you know, he's a menace. I missed that ulti, and come on, Anubis. Come on, Anubis. Okay, I don't understand. I don't know what this Anubis wants. It's like he tells me to gank, and I go in for the attack, and he doesn't. I'm confused. I'm gonna ask him. I'm just asking him, you know, why does he call gank, and then when I go for the gank, he doesn't help until the last second. I'm just wondering. It's just sort of confusing me, and I'm probably not going to risk my life anymore to gank if he's not going to help and make it successful. Like, I don't think he understands how it works. He thinks that when you gank, you just gank by yourself in the start of the game, and that's not how it works. I'm going to explain that to him after I finish jungling, because I definitely don't want to interfere with my jungling, keeping my level up just to argue with somebody, because right now it looks like I'm a level below what I really should be. There we go. I made up for it and I got the level back. But yeah, I can't. This Anubis is like really, really fed, and I can't. It's just really confusing me. I didn't even know that Fenrir was missing. because Anubis was just not even in lane because he died. So doesn't look like this game is actually going too well, but there could be a comeback here. I don't know why Anubis is in the mid lane now. This Anubis is just, I'm not going to say he's bad because everybody has their bad games, but this guy's seriously confusing me with his strategy. Like, first he's calling for ganks, and then when I go for the gank, he doesn't help. And now he's now he's telling me to shut up. So, clearly it looks like we just have the case of an ignorant player here. Which, clearly I just won't even... I'm not even going to bother with this type of character. Or player, I should say. It's not the character, it's the player who's wrong. So I'm just going to leave him to his own. Since he believes that he can do a lot better, I'm just going to let him play the game and do as he needs to. And that's honestly how I'm going to treat players like that. I'm not going to argue with them and, you know, call them names and things like that. I'm just going to let them continue playing the game how they're playing them. And I think that's what we all should do. If you feel the need to report them afterwards, I mean, by all means do it if you feel disrespected or if they've done something truly wrong that is like a reportable offense. But otherwise, yeah, just let the game go through. Usually like that, I just block players just so I don't ever run into them again, because I'd rather not play with ignorant players like this. So that's all cool. He does as he pleases. I'll do as I do. It's coming through. I was trying to gank their mid, but there was Ra, and he sort of pulled one on me. And then I realized that there was Poseidon. So it looks like they're doing like a solo Fenrir and then a double mid lane sort of thing going on here. I'm not sure. Different teams have different play styles. Just letting them know that there's a buff available. If you're a jungler, as you know, you can only hold one buff now in this game, jungler or not. So whenever you're jungling and you're leaving these buffs, don't just let them sit there, because a lot of the times the team won't notice that they're there. Usually what I do is I ping the location a couple times just to let them know, hey, there's a buff here, go ahead and grab it. And usually they see that and they go and do as they need. Just gonna wait for these guys to pass. I actually put a web out there. If it's there for the next wave, they'll get slowed down. It'll sort of help push the lane forward, which is always good. Pulling them back there. Looks like the Ra got away, but that's not a problem. While I'm speaking about Ra, I just want to say something. Just mainly, I know you guys can't do anything about it other than report it just as I do, but Ra is a problem, and he needs to really be dealt with. Because what's going on is you guys have fixed him. He was, you know, pretty basic in the past, and then you guys gave him the increased heal rate and everything like that, and now he's just a menace to fight against, because as soon as you do the damage, he does his little slow, which is by my means really strong. There's no other people that can really do that kind of slow. And it's really strong. Plus, at the end of it, it blinds you. Sorry about that. That was my Facebook notification, I believe. It blinds you, and then after that, after the blind effect that it has, he'll use the raise, and that'll do like a big deal of damage, especially if it hits you like more than once. That was a nice kill on the Fenrir. And then he has the biggest thing, which is my problem, like, for the most part, is that heal that he has. Literally, you do all this damage, and he will run, and he will heal himself all the way back to the fullest. And it's crazy. Like, yeah, I can buy a health potion. Yeah, I can lifesteal and things like that. And maybe I can get full meditation and use it in 10 situations to get a big burst of health. But I can't just sit there and heal myself for the fullest all the way back up. That's sort of the problem. Like, he literally just sits it down. Hold on. Okay, literally, he sits it down and he sits in it, and it heals him. And it does a huge amount of damage. Now you may say, well, Aphrodite does the same thing as well. So why aren't you targeting Aphrodite here? And what I have to say about that is Aphrodite is such a weak character. I can gank a Aphrodite, or I can just run into a Aphrodite. I don't even have to be an assassin or anything like that. I can literally run up and get her in a situation, and she will just be done. Wow. And there's nothing she can do. Her health is just so low. She will die. Ra, on the other hand, it's just, you can build him in such a way, well, now you can't, but you can build him in such a way where he just takes the damage, and he sort of still takes the damage without the physical items. Like, look at this. Here's a perfect example, right? Here's that slow and that ray and the heal, which also does damage, and his ulti, which can knock you all the way down. And it's absolutely insane how that goes down. This is not a good game at all, whatsoever. 1-4 is Arachne? No. And it's crazy. It's crazy how that works. And once again, there's good guy Anubis totally not calling out the missing on Poseidon at all. And he gets the kill for himself. Gotta love those kinds of players. Just totally absurd. But other than that, back to what I was saying, yeah, it's sort of crazy how Ra is working at this time. As you sort of just saw there, you got a small example of that. And I think if you get the chance, or if you feel the same way, you should totally spread this idea. Maybe they will actually do something about it, which they should have a long time ago. But on another note, I'm level 13, so I am keeping level with the rest of the game for the amount of kills that I have. Mainly for the fact that we got a fed Fenrir and easygoing Ra just doing his Ra does. There's not really much you can do. Like our left and right lane's doing excellent. It's just like, look at this. Anubis couldn't even call missing. Now look what's happening with Chang'e. Getting ganked by Fenrir. Didn't even know it was coming either. I can't. I gotta run as well. Yep. Gotta run. There's nothing I can do about that. Like, once again, Ra is just... Even if Fenrir wasn't there, Ra would have just murdered me. Sort of crazy. But once again, I'm loving the, loving what they did with the map here. Looks really nice. They took away the gods, since they couldn't add all the gods. They took away the gods that were, sitting in the arena and replaced it with sort of the, getting, you know, removing that and replacing them with the, I don't know what they're called. I guess the large gladiators, I guess. Looks like Tyr's getting on Chang'e here for losing the middle lane so fast. But honestly, I can't really agree with that. Okay, I don't know why she just teleported to me like that. But okay, I'm gonna hop off of that now. So that's a death sentence. But I sort of can't blame Chang'e for what's going on here. I mean, our right lane, which was Anubis, is just not calling missing whatsoever. And it's sort of ignorant and just totally crazy what's going on. So, can't blame Chang'e for how middle was lost. But I definitely can blame Anubis for how the right lane was lost. Let's see. Got Fenrir in the jungle here. Okay. I got thrown off there or something. I don't... Yeah. I'm gonna get back in here, see if I can do some physical damage. Oh man, come on. And there we go. The lift by Freya, and he's gone. Unless I can catch him returning, he's out. Okay, I think I might be able to grab Freya here. Nope. Not even that. Oh wait, my spiders got her? Nope. I am too low level. I'm level 13. Just a horrible, horrible game going on here. I don't understand. Anubis is still in our lane. Sorry about that. I was just typing, telling, you know, Tyr and Athena, thanks for pushing, and for Anubis to, like, please just learn how to push and things like that, because it's honestly annoying how that's going down. And once again, to point out, Anubis is still in the mid lane. Just, I don't understand. I'm going to ask one more time before we get into this team fight. Yeah, you know, I personally know Chang'e, who's being played by Cloudy Sheep. So I'm pretty sure that if Anubis just keeps staying in mid, I can probably ask him to just switch lanes. But once again, there was Athena and Anubis teaming up together. Athena comes in to help, and what happens? Anubis is just watching the whole thing go down. Just watching, because that's sort of what he does. Gonna see if I can get away from this. Nope. And there we go. I'm dead. Because there's Ra using his slow, like I said, which is OP and needs to be nerfed. And then there's Tyr just doing what he does. Mid's coming back now, pushing, but oh, there's the gank. There's the gank from everybody. But the tower's dead, so this is good. Like, honestly, the game isn't going good at all. Like, by no means is this game really... Is somebody invisible? Okay, I don't know if you guys are seeing this right now, but for me, Ra is invisible. I don't know what that is, if it's a glitch or what, but Ra is invisible right now, and that's crazy. But yeah, somebody please spread the news about Ra and how he needs to be fixed, because currently it's just crazy how he works, like I said before. But back to what I was saying about the match itself. No matter how bad this match is going, honestly, if we can group up like this and push this tower, I think we can win the match. So let's see how that goes. Maybe right now, if I can get in there. Tried to grab Frey in the back, that didn't work. Just gonna plant some eggs there. I'm just asking Changi to go right if Anubis isn't going to. And I'll just help Changi out here since it honestly isn't her lane. And I hate having to see games like this where somebody is forced into like doing things like this just because somebody won't or somebody doesn't want to. It's sort of just annoying. It makes me question like why people like that play the game and why they do things like that. And honestly, there's really nothing we can do about that unless, you know, we actually start reporting these people and making the community right how it was to begin with. You know, just once again that little message. And if you are watching this video and you're that type of player, honestly, please just stop. This is a gank. And I'm pretty sure that we might both be dead here. That was a 3-man gank. Changi has that evasive dance which she uses, so that's actually really good. And Ra just blazing behind me. Let's see if Anubis can help here. No, there's Anubis just running back. Okay, I gotta run. Now this tower is about to get pushed down. I guess I can call for help, but I really can't expect them to come because... And the enemy team agreed to surrender. I don't know, guys. Like I said, the map can always change. It can always go your way. So, good game, you guys. Thanks for watching. This has been another amazing comeback by To Guns of Glory and Smite. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching. Adios.
Castle. Shoes, oh, you know.